And if you'd like to share your thoughts on any of today's topics, you can request to come to the stage and join the discussion. We're also on the live video stream, so you can not only listen to us, but also view us in real time as well. You can also follow along with all of the headlines in today's news from our website. Head to musicindustrycity.com and click on today's Music News at Noon post. Thanks so much for joining us today. We're going to be starting in just a moment with our countdown and all of our headlines for today. Make sure that you're following the hosts and the club. And if you're live on our live stream, make sure you smash that subscribe button. You can also register for free at musicindustrycity.com to gain access to a multitude of other incredible content from musicians and for music industry professionals. We're going to be starting our countdown in just a moment. Don't forget to check out all of today's headlines so that you can follow along with us in real time. Once again, our website, musicindustrycity.com. Welcome to the news.
From New York, it's the Music News at Noon on the Music Industry City Broadcast Network. I'm Peter Schwing. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Eli Window. Eli.
Hi, Peter, and hello, everyone. It's great to see you.
All right, and in today's news, LiveXLive sued again. Could this potentially end up in bankruptcy? Nashville venues join forces. A petition calls for ACL Music Festival to be canceled. YouTube and Live Nation are opening a streaming venue, and Twitch and YouTube make a lot of updates. And as always, our daily Spotify update. Those stories coming up. But first, let's take a look at this day in music history with Eli Window. Eli.
Thanks, Peter. Let's take a look at this day in history. We remember from August 12, 2009, guitarist Les Paul, who died on that date while in hospital in White Plains, New York, at the age of 94, suffering from severe pneumonia. Paul is credited with developing one of the first solid-body electric guitars, which went on sale in 1952 and contributed to the birth of rock. He also developed other influential recording innovations, such as multi-track recording and overdubbing. In the early 50s, Paul and his wife, Mary Ford, had a string of hits, including Mockingbird Hill, How High the Moon, and Vaya con Dios, in memory. Also in memory, from this date, 2010, we remember Richie Hayward, drummer and co-founder of Little Feat, who passed away at the age of 64 after contracting pneumonia as he battled liver cancer, in memory. Birthdays today. Born August 12, 1949, Mark Knopfler, British songwriter, guitarist, and singer with Dire Straits. Born on this date, 1951, August Darnell, singer, Kid Creole and the Coconuts. Born on this date, 1954, jazz rock guitarist, Pat Metheny. And born on this date, 1962, Bragi Olufsen, bass with the Sugar Cubes. And one more birthday, born on this date, 1963, rapper Sir Mix-a-Lot, who cannot lie. Happy birthday, everyone. On this day in music history, on August 12, 1977, Henry Padovani, guitarist with the Police, quit the group after 9 months, leaving them a trio. Indeed, indeed. That happens sometimes. That's it for this day in music history. Back over to you, Peter.
I had no idea the Police was ever a quartet. This is one of those learn something new every day things.
There you go. And apparently they were able to hang in there as a trio.
Right. I think they did all right for themselves. All right. So to get the stage set, to set the stage for the conversation, we bring you summaries and commentary on the latest headlines. If you'd like to offer your thoughts on one of today's topics, request to join the stage. I'd also like to say hi to everyone viewing the show on our video live stream on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and directly on the Music Industry City website. To stay up to date on this and other programming, you can sign up at musicindustrycity.com for more news, articles, and events. Now let's get to it. right, and this first piece is from Billboard magazine. To access all the articles mentioned in today's show and throughout the week, visit musicindustrycity.com and view today's music news at noon post. All right, LiveXLive sued again for unpaid bills as legal disputes pile up. Predictive Pop, a firm that claims LiveXLive CEO Robert Ellen agreed to pay $100,000 to license software from a subsidiary called Audigent, sued the company on Monday. The outstanding payment is for services completed in 2019. With the new Audigent complaint, LiveXLive now faces 14 lawsuits. 2 former executives, 1 investor, 2 prior vendors who say they were not paid for their services, and 1 client, YouTuber Austin McBroom, are suing the company for fraud. LiveXLive is also suing McBroom. So, all right, this is already a tangled mess. The company is also being sued for patent infringement and has been in a contractual disagreement with Tesla for over a year. 2 law firms claim LiveXLive did not pay their legal bills, while 1 event producer claims LiveXLive Tickets owes him ticket profits. And according to a July 14th SEC filing, the growing number of cases will most likely have a, quote, material adverse effect on the company. Last year, it lost $41 million, the most ever in a single year, and $169 million over its lifetime. A lack of finances will cause the company to probably go bankrupt. And he says the business also warned in an SEC filing, quote, we may be obliged to suspend operations, which may result in our investors losing all or almost all of their investment. So if that, that also sometimes comes across as a, hey, let's raise some more funds to keep going. It's kind of like, hey, where's that lifeline? I mean, they, LiveXLive, acquiring, going public, I think it was a reverse IPO. I'm trying to remember, but if anybody's familiar with this, feel free to join on the stage. All right, moving over to some live music. Since we're talking about live, we're going to be saying the word live a lot. This is from Hypebot. Nashville's indie venues join to enforce COVID entry rules, launch hashtag #Keep615Live campaign. Nashville's independent live music venues have band together to urge fans to get vaccinated, tested, or not attend an event at all. Other indie establishments in the Nashville and across Tennessee are apparently joining the list and utilizing the Keep615Live hashtag to promote the unified movement. And in the statement from the Exit In posted on its site, quote, we love music. We believe in science. Please get vaccinated. Yes, it's a personal choice, just like holding the door for someone behind you, saying thank you, picking up after your dog, tipping your bartender, and being a decent person who cares about others. But we are all in this together. Let's move forward. Continues, with that said, we're open, but we have a few housekeeping items that are required for entry. Proof of vaccination or negative COVID-19 test required for entry. To enter our establishments, you are required to provide proof that you're fully vaccinated or proof of a negative test that was administered by or under the supervision of a healthcare provider within the last 48 hours of the date that you're intending the show. Proof of vaccination and test results must bear a name that matches the government issue identification for the patron that is seeking entry. They said, well, they'll accept a picture or scan on your cell phone, a photocopy or original document from your CDC-issued vaccination card. If you need a vaccination card, you can contact your vaccine provider or local health department. And to be fully vaccinated, they're considering that as 14 days after your second shot of either Moderna or Pfizer, 14 days after your first shot of Johnson & Johnson. This is, and I was talking about this earlier before the news. And so somebody was sharing it was just a screenshot, and you'll probably come across it. I'm sure this is one that anybody working in the music industry will probably see if they haven't seen it already. Can't remember the names, can't remember all the specifics, but I do remember it was this woman that was saying she's worked in like the live music almost all her career, and she was saying like pretty much she was getting accosted by people telling her not to wear a mask. She goes on saying, "We are wearing masks because we want to keep everybody healthy so we can have the venues open so the public can attend these concerts. So this is, and she was going on to say that she was getting yelled at by people saying, you don't need to wear that mask. You should take that mask off. That's from people attending the concert. And it's like, she's like, we are wearing a mask so you can be here to enjoy this concert. Because if one person on our crew gets COVID, it's over. You don't get to go to a show. And the way she wrote it wasn't complaining. It was just this is how it is. So please be careful and respect. If somebody wants to wear a mask, don't call them out for wearing a mask. I mean, you have more important things to worry about if somebody else is doing something to be healthy to help you. So that's my gripe. It's like, listen, just.
I definitely, I understand. The live music industry is crippled right now, and anything that we can do to mitigate risk so that people can return to shows is definitely something that I think the music industry, the live sector, is willing to consider at this point, not just so that shows can go on and the public can enjoy shows and those of us who enjoy shows can go ourselves, but also because so many people who are working in this industry right now are paused, and we need to put them back to work in the jobs and sectors in which they are so skilled and enthusiastic. So there are so many reasons why, to put that mask on. Hey, you know what is it somebody said jokingly on the internet? The sky is blue, the grass is green. I wear a mask for you, whether or not you wear one for me. Let people wear the mask if they want to. And I agree with Peter. Let's not be tripping on the wrong stuff here.
Right, exactly. Focus on other things, like, your own health and what you're doing. Anyway, now let's take this on a different side here of, people looking out. And this is a petition, and this one is in Biz Journals. And this is a petition calls for ACL Festival to be canceled. And the article goes on to say the safety of continuing some of Texas' biggest ticketed events is creating worry as ICU beds at hospitals in the Austin-Travis County area exceed capacity and new COVID-19 cases surge. The sold-out 2021 Austin City Limits Music Festival will take place in Austin from October 1st to the 10th. Even though the event is still 2 months away, a group called Cancel ACL Fest is urging ACL to cancel its in-person events. A Change.org petition has hundreds of signatures on it as of Wednesday morning, and the petition homepage reads in part, quote, due to Governor Abbott's laws against vaccine passports and mask mandates, it is no longer safe to have this event. ACL has no plans to even discuss canceling. For the public safety of all that live in Austin, it's best to cancel the festival. And it was, last year, a similar petition to cancel South by Southwest 2020 appeared on Change.org a few weeks before the festival was canceled. There's so many festivals going on in different territories and different around the world. I mean, we're still not going to be hearing these results from Lollapalooza because it's not localized. ACL is another festival that isn't just, it's Austin, but people come from all across the country to attend this festival. So they said that they didn't hear from ACL about this, but what are their COVID plans is a good question. So whether they keep it, I'm not deciding here whether they keep it or not, but if they do keep it, then make sure they have all the protocols in place. All right, moving over to Complete Music Update. Let's talk about Apple and Google's unpopular App Store rules. This is U.S. senators propose new laws to end these rules. So Senators Richard Blumenthal, Marsha Blackburn, and Amy Klobuchar have proposed the Open Apps Market Act, which will require Apple and Google to allow app developers to use and sign post-alternative payment platforms within their apps, making it easier to avoid Apple and Google's own commission charging transaction systems. So this goes back. This is Spotify versus Epic, Apple. So not Spotify versus Epic, it's Apple versus Epic, but Spotify versus Apple. These lawsuits have been going on. So what they're saying currently, Spotify and Epic must pay Apple and Google a commission fee of up to 30% when utilizing those systems to accept payments through their applications. This is a major issue for Spotify, given that it already agreed to split up to 70% of its revenue with the music business. Spotify can and does get around these by having consumers subscribe through its own website, which means that while a user can access the music service via an iOS app, no transactions can take place there. However, Apple guidelines state that Spotify cannot explicitly lead customers to its own payment website through its app. I'm not going to get, you can go deeper into this, but think about this. This is why I'm bringing, talking about this one here is if Spotify, it rolls out, which they have, you can buy tickets, or they're going to have, paid, subscribe to a podcast, subscribe to your favorite musician, tip them. If you do that through the app currently, all those in-app purchases are now deducted 30% to Apple. So therefore, only 70% is going to Spotify. And then from that 70%, then it goes to the artist or the creator or whatever it is. So there's already this cut. And so that's why Spotify, your fee, your annual, your monthly fees, if they were to put that through at the Apple App Store, your $9.99 or whatever you're paying, automatically Apple takes 30% of that. So that's less money that's going into Spotify. Now, do we want Spotify to make more money? A lot of people are going to say, no, boo Spotify. Well, if Spotify makes more money, do they pay artists more money? Well, there's potential there, but we also, Spotify is an entertainment platform. So is it going to go to more podcasts? We don't know where it's going, but to cripple, to take money away from going to Spotify doesn't give it the pool that they can have the opportunity to pay more money out to the artists. So, and with that being said, let's check in with Eli.
All right. Thanks, Peter. Checking in with me. And all of you, please check in with your friends as well. Feel free to invite your friends to the show. They can participate in this conversation the same as you by requesting to come to the stage or by commenting in the chat if you're watching in our video live stream. You can also watch the video live stream right from our website and access other content and articles, including our weekday 3-minute music news podcast, which keeps you up to date on items that may not be covered here in the Music News at Noon, such as new releases, tours, musical chairs, business, and tech news, all in 3 minutes or less. And we'd like to thank you again for tuning in to the Music News at Noon with us each and every Monday through Thursday at 12 Eastern. Now let's continue with our headlines. We see this from IQ. YouTube Live Nation opening live streaming focused venue. Yes, venue. The 6,000-seat YouTube Theater in Hollywood Park, California is now open. In November, YouTube Theater and Live Nation, the venue's official booking promoter, will announce the first artist residency. Throughout autumn, the YouTube Theater will host concerts with the likes of Pitbull, Iggy Azalea, TLC, Evanescence, Hailstorm, Marina and the Diamonds, and, check this, Louis Tomlinson, as well as award shows, esports, competitions, community gatherings, and conferences. Very cool. The state-of-the-art indoor theater is able to seamlessly feed live events to YouTube's 2 billion monthly users. Some fascinating stuff coming. This is a live streaming venue. Really fascinating, really great backing here, and I can't wait to see what happens. Let's watch this space. Feel free to chime in if you have any thoughts about this. A live streaming focused venue.
Yeah, Live Nation has been doing a lot. They did the acquisition of, I forgot the company name. It just drew a blank on that. But was it the guys from Good Charlotte? Was the band, I think, and they had this live streaming platform. And then so they're equipping, I think it was 30 or 60 venues across the country with live streaming capabilities. But something like teaming up, you have YouTube and Live Nation teaming up for something this massive. The venue's beautiful, the technology, the sound, everything's going to be amazing. And it's interesting because you have this 6,000 seat, so it's a 6,000 cap. It's not necessarily like this massive underplay. It's a good size. And when I started thinking about this, and it was using the word underplay. And with this mixed, live streaming plus live, what is going to be called an underplay? Is there going to be such? Oh well, the live show, the venue's an underplay, but we're still going to be able to stream it out to 1 million people. So negotiations, fees are going to be different, and I think we're going to not see the word underplay used as much. All right, and that being said, let's move over to some tech news. We got double headers across the board. So we have Instagram, Twitch, and Spotify coming up, and some neat features that are rolling out, and some security and safety updates. And this one from Engadget, and this is Instagram's new anti-hate feature lets you limit comments and requests on popular posts. Oh, so many people are rejoicing right now. Instagram has added limits and hidden words to curb hate and abuse on trending posts. The upgrade protects users from abusive, racist, homophobic, and sexist language in comments and DM requests. DM requests. This right here, this is a lot of women are going to be very thankful for this one because of the BS that they have to put up with from losers, we'll just say. The new limits feature allows all users to hide comments and DM requests from persons who don't follow them or haven't followed them recently. If someone tries to share objectionable content, the app will deliver, quote, an even stronger warning and stop posting immediately rather than waiting for a repeat infraction. Instagram head Adam Mosseri wrote in a blog post, quote, creators also tell us they don't want to switch off comments and messages completely. They still want to hear from their community and build those relationships. Limits allow you to hear from your longstanding followers while limiting contact from people who might only be coming to you to your account to target you. Instagram claims it developed the tools after receiving racist direct comments from UK footballers. And this is their analysis demonstrated that many negative comments about prominent personalities originate from those who don't truly follow them or who have only recently started following them. A rise in racist abuse towards the footballers was seen after the recent Euro 2020 final. And the other section is hidden words, which helps users to filter abusive DM inquiries. It says if a request contains a filtered term, it is automatically stored in a secret folder so that you can opt not to open, though it's not completely deleted. Thank you, Instagram. Eli just kind of just made this woosah like.
Clean slate.
Yes. All right. So let's move over to digital music news and continue talking about Instagram for just another second here. Instagram launches global audio search tab for Reels. What does this sound like? Searching for audio within the Instagram app is now easier. Instagram users can now search for music using the new audio tab. You tap a track to view a list of Reels that sampled it. It's no surprise that the audio tab is nearly identical to TikTok's sound tab. Of course, because Facebook is really working hard to bring TikTok to Instagram. Sometimes I really like the commentary on digital music news. But the focus on video also could alienate Instagram's initial audience, which are the photographers. So Facebook's head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, also admitted the platform is going all in on video. Quote, we're also going to be experimenting with how we embrace video more broadly, full screen, immersive, entertaining, mobile first video. You'll see us do a number of things or experiment with a number of things in the space over the coming months. We're no longer a photo sharing app. So, but, audio, video, so more and more like TikTok. TikTok more and more like Snapchat. Snapchat more and more still in the lead. I don't know if you've seen the stats. I think we talked about it a few weeks ago. Snapchat, I don't even know where Snapchat is. I don't think I even have that up on my phone. It's been years. Snapchat is still in the lead. TikTok has a hockey stick curve growth that looks like it's going to overtake Snapchat. But it's amazing that Snapchat is, Snapchat doesn't come up in conversation like TikTok does, for sure. All right, let's go over to Twitch. We got a doubleheader on Twitch. And again, here's another one that a lot of Twitch streamers are very happy about. And Twitch responds to Twitch Do Better movement with improved chat filters. Twitch has released a statement about its efforts to safeguard marginalized streamers. Twitch wrote in a statement, quote, we've seen a lot of conversation about botting hate raids, and other forms of harassment targeting marginalized creators. You're asking us to do better, and we know we need to do more to address these issues. Twitch said that it fixed a vulnerability in proactive filters to better detect hate speech in chat. It also says it will improve account verification and ban evasion detecting techniques in the coming weeks. On the streaming platform, hashtag TwitchDoBetter was established by Twitch creator Wreck-It Raven to raise awareness about abuse concerns faced by Black creators. Raven discovered other minority streamers had similar issues. And in the absence of a response from Twitch on what it was doing to safeguard its users from such harassment, Raven decided to reopen the discussion. She goes on to say, I started Twitch Do Better because I'm tired of having to fight to exist on a platform that says they're diverse and inclusive, but remains silent to the pleas of marginalized creators asking for more protections from hate raids. Twitch battles toxicity on its platform. While Critical Bard became a temporary face of the PogChamp emote last year, he was bombarded with racial trolls. As a result of the George Floyd murder, Twitch deleted its Twitch Cop emote for fears of abuse. And Twitch has been has been reactive rather than proactive in many circumstances, leading in creative discontent. And some of Twitch's underrepresented creators have long requested better moderating tools. So, Raven, thank you for launching this campaign, for speaking up, and for everybody else who supported her. And it's a shame that it takes something like this to raise that awareness when platforms have been asked over and over and over again. And we're going to continue with Twitch here, and this is Twitch finally getting around to telling streamers why they're banned. Twitch, again, do better. That's what I'm starting Twitch Do Better, because we've had this conversation for the last year. And so let's go into this article here. Again, this is from Digital Music News. The company will now include the content's name and date of violation, Twitch support tweeted. As of today, enforcement notifications sent to suspended users will include the name of the content and the date of the violation to ensure they have better clarity about what content is being actioned on. Active Twitch streamers have years of content to look through, and Twitch has not making the VODs easy. Massive DMCA's attacks without warnings have forced many streamers to switch platforms. Even the new method isn't designed to remove objectionable stuff completely. If the streamer wants to provide the date of the violation, they may have to dig through hours of footage. And this goes back to Twitch being unprepared for the massive DMCA takedown notices from the music industry. When the notices appeared, many streamers were banned. And they go on to say that until May 22nd, 2020, streamers received fewer than 50 music-related DMCA notifications each year on Twitch. But beginning in May, representatives for the major record labels started sending thousands of DMCA notifications each week that targeted creators' archives, mostly for snippets of tracks in year-old clips. You know, Twitch says they are quietly revamping its tools for mass deletion, but because it refuses to license music for VODs, which requires a different licensing than for a live platform, all of their third-party systems aim to develop licensing moving music for streams. Twitch is one of the last large internet platforms that do not license this music. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Snapchat have all licensed music. And unsurprisingly, Twitch is absent, which some U.S. lawmakers hope to rectify. A bipartisan group of 22 House members asked Jack Dorsey why Twitter doesn't handle copyright. They asked for a response by August 27th. That letter reads, creative content drives engagement on Twitter, yet Twitter has not acquired licenses to necessarily ensure that all creators are properly compensated for the use of their works. So they're going after Twitter on this, and they are going to be going after Twitch on this. Twitch, do better. License the damn music. And with that, we're going to check in our favorite part of the segment, part of the show.
Big green dot hits the spot.
The big green dot, it does hit the spot. Now it is time for our Spotify spot, where we're going to take a look at the latest updates from the streaming service. But before we do that, we do want to check in with our weather. Make sure that you stay hydrated today. It actually is hotter than July. And with that, over to you, Peter, for the Spotify spot.
Right on. Yeah, we got a heat wave going on. All right. All right. So we have a doubleheader on Spotify. These are really quick before we wrap up. And again, if anybody wants to join the conversation, has something to say about any of the topics at hand, feel free to request to join the stage. This is from The Verge. Spotify's Wear OS app is getting offline playback in the coming weeks. So for all you runners, people working out, you'll be able to keep it away. You don't have to have that internet connection. All right. Spotify says the revised Wear OS app will support offline playback for smartwatches running Wear OS 2.0 and up. The new feature was unveiled in May, along with Google's collaboration with Samsung on Wear OS 3. Offline downloads will be supported in Wear OS 2, not just forthcoming Wear OS 3 devices like Samsung's Galaxy Watch 4 and Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. Spotify says it should run on watches from Apple, Fossil, Movo, and Sunto. And offline listening on the Apple Watch, which launched in May, requires a premium subscription. Spotify says the Wear OS software will allow users to download music or podcasts by hitting the download to watch button. And we have our final. This is more for fun. This is from Lifehacker. And this one here says, you can use this website to make your Spotify playlist much better. The algorithmic recommendations are mysterious and don't always work. Spotify users have pondered how a particular song got onto that playlist, or why a song they accidentally thumbed up 2 months ago keeps coming up over and over again. So there's this platform. It's called SongsLikeX. And basically, it's an alternative to the Spotify unreliable algorithm. It's really simple. You enter a song at SongsLikeX.com. You'll get a personalized playlist that starts with your song of choice and then 50 comparable songs. And if you don't like it, the neat function is if you don't like it, you just do it again. So it'll refresh and come up with new stuff. So I think it's a fun, I like these alternatives, and you get music discovery. And, it's kind of like that. What's that Spotify? There's that website that you have to Google. It's like that website that never played on Spotify. Like you just hit random and it'll give you a song that has no plays on Spotify. So, all right, and that's it for our reads. We're going to open up the roundtable if you'd like to join us. I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock, or if somebody else wants to come up and anything, we might go a little longer. So if anyone would like to come up or offer comments, now is your chance.
And don't forget, too, that if you are watching on the live stream, you can chime in the chat and let us know your thoughts on today's headlines. So you can request to join the stage. You can post something in the chat. And don't forget, you can find all of our headlines at our website. That's musicindustrycity.com. Peter, any final thoughts for us as we invite folks to the stage?
Twitch do better.
You're going to have T-shirts made, aren't you?
Twitch do better, and I will give Raven royalties on it because I will pay for the licensing of the using of the hashtag.
I'm gonna do it right. Gonna do it right over here at the Music News at Noon. That's what.
All right, so I think that's going to be it for today. Thanks everybody for joining us on the live stream, and have an awesome day. And we shall see you on Monday. Tomorrow's Friday. Oh, okay. So then my last thing is tomorrow in the Music Morning Show, we do our artist shout outs where you can come in and shout out an artist and we put it to our playlist. Oh, I can't believe it's Friday already. So, all right. Well, thanks for everybody. Have a great day. We'll have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow on the morning show and back in the news on Monday. See you then.
Great to see you, everybody. I hope you have a great day today. We'll see you tomorrow for the morning show.